this. Ronda's hurt here. Boom! Head kick, goes down, and Holly is all over her. And that was one of the keys to victory that we talked about. Holly Holm's kicks. The fact that she hit him behind the punches. But that is the perfect head kick there. Drops her, face first. Holly on top. Slams another shot in. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new champion. Let's look at it one more time.
New to this sport. She's a new athlete. So she's constantly learning, adding new things to her.
Double head kick. Still hands down. The Ronda Rousey head kick comes back. Wow. Holm is back.
Holly Holm just delivered the biggest threat of her career aimed straight at Dakota Dicha. The former UFC champion, the same woman who head-kicked Ronda Rousey into history, declared to the world, "Dakota, your time is over." MMA fans can't believe what they're hearing, as the preacher's daughter has...
Oh, but what does?
Holly Holm, one of the most respected names in combat sports history, isn't known for talking trash, but this time, her message wasn't polite. It was personal, cold, and a clear declaration of war against the PFL's undefeated star, Dakota Dicha. Let's not forget who we're talking about here. Holly Holm, a pioneer, a legend, and one of the most dangerous strikers women's MMA has ever seen. With 39 total fights, 30 for wins, 9 by knockout, only 2 losses, and 3 draws, her record speaks for itself. Before dominating MMA, she was a boxing world champion, claiming titles across 3 weight classes and becoming the first fighter ever to hold world titles in both boxing and MMA. Now, the same woman who once knocked Ronda Rousey out cold has set her sights on the PFL's golden girl, Dakota Dicha. Holly began in kickboxing and compiled an impressive record before dominating professional boxing from 2002 onward. But what makes this call-out to Dakota so terrifying is her calmness. No rage, no trash, just cold confidence, the kind only a world-class killer can have. She said it plainly, Dakota may be young, hungry, and talented, but her time is over, because experience beats hype every time. That isn't a threat, it's a promise from a veteran who has ended careers.
KO, I will tell you that the spin that he's going to have down getting up is going to be unbelievable. And very
Beautiful knee from the palm.
then Miesha back to her feet and goes immediately on the first round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences.
Dakota Dicha is 15-0, built like a machine and fighting with the fury of her Muay Thai heritage front kicks, knees, and a cold killer instinct that has been steamrolling the PFL. Yet Holly Holm has seen this movie before. Remember when everyone said Ronda Rousey was untouchable until Holly's left leg rewrote MMA history? That same calm, dangerous confidence is back and aimed squarely at Dakota. This is old guard versus new blood. Holm, 42, still training like a savage and moving like she's 25, versus Dakota, 27, fast, tall, powerful, and undefeated, the perfect storm of youth, speed, and violence. When experience meets raw aggression, something explodes, and Holm believes she's holding the detonator. Her warning couldn't be clearer. Dakota, your time is over. Fans may call Dakota the future, but Holm's message is simple: she is the past, the present, and the problem. So here's the million-dollar question. Can Dakota's speed and Muay Thai dethrone a legend, or will Holly remind the world why experience often wins? And to raise the stakes further, Miesha Tate recently dropped a bombshell, openly declaring war on PFL sensation Dakota Dicha. Your time is over.
Shoot. It was before her fight, right before she left to Singapore, and she was nice. It was kind of like, she said something along the lines of like, now it's okay, to be nice. Maybe in the future on fight week that will be different. Something, I'm paraphrasing, but I said, yeah, absolutely. Nothing but respect and love outside of it, but fight time comes. And it was comforting to me because I think it meant that she definitely sees me as the future.
That line sent shockwaves. Miesha Tate, a measured, cerebral veteran who doesn't mouth off for clicks, didn't say that lightly. It was a threat and a promise, and fans are already flipping out.
Now Kenzie's bomb is pointed down. She can't.
6 4 tap. Miesha Tate submits.
Here's the backstory. Mia and Dakota actually met at the UFC Performance Institute before Dakota's Singapore fight, and the interaction was respectful. Tate even said she saw Dakota as a future opponent, so this isn't random beef, it's respect turned into rivalry. Miesha's words carry a dual message, respect and savage intent. It's as if she's saying, I respect you, but I will destroy you. Why is this huge? Because Miesha Tate has always been one of the smartest fighters in modern MMA. She understands how to expose weaknesses, control pacing, time her takedowns, and lock in submissions with precision. So when she says she beat Dakota, it's not bravado, it's strategy. Dakota is young, explosive, and hungry, but Miesha's career proves she can adapt. That's the real tension here. Raw youth versus cold veteran intelligence.
Hammering away. Referee was looking closely. Lisa Malden looked for a moment like she was going to be finished. But no swing. This woman, another knee to the midsection. Left hand coming down from the top. Malden taking it away. Stop. Fight. Ditcheva asked her to stand back up. Malden arises. More body shots. That's what first round.
Okay, picture this. Dakota storms forward with aggression and crisp striking, hunting for an early finish. Mia, calm and composed, absorbs the pressure, times her counters, and chips away with leg kicks to drag the fight into deeper waters where experience takes over. Here's the map. Round 1. Testing the waters, Dakota presses forward while Miesha stays composed, probing for takedown setups. Round 2. Adjustments. Miesha begins planting combos, clinching, and draining Dakota's gas tank through grappling scrambles. Round 3. Finish or control. If Miesha takes it to the mat, she can neutralize Dakota's power. If Dakota keeps it standing and sharp, she could steal it with a knockout. Fans want fireworks, and this matchup delivers both strategy and emotion. Miesha holds the blueprint, Dakota brings the power. That's why Miesha's statement hits so hard. She believes she has the formula to kill Dakota's hype. But this isn't just about one fight. It's about the evolution of women's MMA, signaling cross-promotional possibilities. PFL versus UFC, legacy versus momentum, experience versus hype. It's a pay-per-view magnet. Miesha's words aren't just a challenge. They're a gauntlet thrown at the feet of the next generation. Prove your hype or get exposed. She didn't just compliment Dakota, she declared war on her aura. Your time is over isn't a line, it's a battle cry. So the only question left is, will Tate back it up in the cage, or will Dakota smash the veteran's thesis? Either way, the MMA world just got a lot more interesting. Who wins, Miesha Tate or Dakota Dicha, and why? Smash that like button if you want this fight, and subscribe for the breakdown when this verbal war turns into real violence.
Go ahead and show the best version of me, and one always says you never show 5% of what you're capable of.
Watch this. Boom. Right on the jawline. That was a big game changer right there.
Leah McCourt just dropped a bombshell on Dakota Dicha. Out of nowhere, the Irish powerhouse unleashed a savage threat at the undefeated monster, declaring, I'll break everyone, and I'll kill Dakota Dicha. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't just a call-out. It's an Irish war cry against one of the most feared women in the PFL, and maybe in the entire fight game. Let's get one thing straight. Leah McCourt isn't some random trash talker chasing headlines. She's Bellator's Irish queen, a legitimate featherweight contender who's gone to war with the likes of Sinead Kavanagh and Diana Silva. Sitting at 8-3, she's a grappling specialist who's been hunting for a fight that could transform her career. And when she looks at Dakota Dicha, she doesn't see fear. She sees opportunity, her dream fight. But here's the kicker. McCourt didn't just show respect. She poured gasoline on the fire by vowing to end Dakota's hype before it even touches UFC.
By TKO or KO, I will tell you the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable. And there it is.
Beautiful knee from the plum. And she's seconds. Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack. Bishop in trouble. And that does it. First round finish at Dakota Ditcheva silent.
On the other side stands Dakota Dicha, undefeated, 15 wins, 10 savage finishes, and the coldest Muay Thai knees in women's MMA. Fans call her the violent Cinderella. The PFL calls her the future face of women's MMA, and UFC insiders are already drooling over her eventual debut. But here's where things get controversial Every time Dakota dominates, her list of enemies grows longer. Chris Cyborg, Valentina Shevchenko, Amanda Nunes, and now Leah McCourt wants a piece too. The hype around Dakota has turned into a target. And McCourt is ready to take her shot. Listen carefully to what Leah said. She called Dakota one of the baddest, most unbelievable fighters in the world, but then flipped the script, saying it would be her dream goal to face her. And then came the bombshell: "I'll break everyone, and I'll kill Dakota Dicha." Respect vanished. This turned into pure violence. This isn't about Leah chasing a payday. It's about an Irish veteran standing in front of the sport's fastest rising star and declaring, "I'll be the one to end your story." Think about it. Dakota is being groomed as the next Valentina, the next Nunes, the next face of women's MMA, undefeated, unchallenged, untouched. But Leah, she's the underdog, the grinder, the fighter who's been written off more than once, and now she's putting her entire name on the line to bury Dakota's hype. Here's why this fight would be absolute chaos: Dakota Dicha, a Muay Thai assassin with lethal finishing instincts, versus Leah McCourt, a grappling heavy fighter with submissions and brutal top control, the ultimate striker versus grappler war. Leah believes her ground game is the silver bullet that can finally expose Dakota's invincibility. If this fight happens, it's do or die for both women. For Dakota, a win keeps her undefeated streak alive and pushes her one step closer to UFC superstardom. For Leah, a victory would be career-defining, flipping her from underdog to headliner overnight. But let's be real, if she fails, she'd just become another name on Dakota Ditcha's kill list. So the question is simple: will Leah McCourt shock the world and kill Dakota's hype, or will Dakota do what she always does and send Leah McCourt straight to the shadow realm? Because one thing's for sure, this rivalry just got personal.
Yeah, I think that's a great fight to happen. I think she's called for it, the fans call for it. You can see it across Twitter where they're saying, like, one of the dream fights they want to see is White House, like, South Dakota. And that's a huge bucket list item to do, like, fight in front of the president for the White House. Like, who would want to do that? And I think that Dakota and I both have the skills and the excitement to bring it, to showcase everything that they want to see and make up.
Liz Carmouche just dropped a bombshell on Dakota Dicha. The veteran pioneer, fresh off her 2025 PFL tournament victory, isn't calling out easy fights. She's coming straight for the monster. And in her own words, she's coming to break Dakota Ditcha's hype train.